Sports fans, this is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes here live this morning for another edition of Talking Sports Sunday. We're going to be talking some WNBA action. They got some great news. Also, predictions on Super Bowl 60. We're going to give you the score prediction that we think the score is going to be in this game today. And NCAA action yesterday in basketball. Also, a couple of key games today. We're here this morning. I got my man One Take Zaya in the building with me. What's happening, One Take?
Well, happening with it, man.
Not much,
Ain't
man.
nothing to it. Ain't nothing to it. We back at it.
You had to move that snow today?
No, I did everything on Friday. I was good. I was ahead of the game. You know what I mean?
Good. All right, cool. Good to see you here this morning. We also got our man Post Game of the Post Game 86 podcast in the building with us this morning. How you feeling, Post Game?
Hey, how y'all doing this morning, man?
Good.
Doing great, bro. Doing great. Good to see you here this morning. Y'all, the WNBA got some fantastic news. Let's jump right into that. The WNBA reached a collective bargaining agreement. Teams will have a $5 million salary cap. Will we see a $1 million a year player in the WNBA?
Well, I think that's what the numbers call. You know, if the math is mathing, but man, I don't think this is a good deal for the WNBA. Honestly, I think they dropped the ball on this, man. Hey, they made roughly 300 million last year, but they still was in the red. How are y'all paying these people this money? How are y'all gonna pay them this money and y'all still in the red? So I don't know. We'll see how it go. I'm happy that they getting some money, but I mean it's bad business to me.
Yeah, I mean, a $5 million cap is a step in the right direction, but I don't know if the WNBA players is gonna be happy with that. Uh, I don't know if they if they agree, I don't know if they can still strike. But having a $1 million player a year, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna see that this season. I think it's a stretch. I don't know. But if there's any players that's gonna get $1 million, I mean, you think about Asia Wilson, Caitlin Clark, the bona fide stars of the WNBA. I don't know if they'll get $1 million, but they'll probably get more. So the WNBA man is really a quagmire when it comes to uh, paying their players. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know if 5 million is enough for a player to get a mill. Maybe a select few will, but that'll be around it.
Well, I mean, if you look at where they were before this collective bargaining agreement, like y'all said, it's a step in the right direction. I don't, but I like what Isaiah said. If you're already in the red and you got this agreement now where you're going to be paying people more money and you haven't really profited, how you going to do that? Hopefully they got a plan in place that's going to be able to help them do that. I'm happy for the women of the WNBA having a chance to have some guaranteed contracts, some things that where they can give players more money to make it a little bit more enticing for them. I think they deserve it for what we've seen them do on the basketball court, and I feel like it's a step in the right direction, but they're gonna have to get those numbers right though, because if you're not making any money, you don't want to keep going further and further and further in the red. But I'm happy for them. I don't think we'll see $1 million player this year. I think we'll definitely get to see somebody up around 750,000, maybe 800,000. because you got a 12 woman roster. I mean, if you just split that down the middle, which I know they wouldn't, that'd be a half a million a year for each one of those 12 players. But of course, some players supersede others when it comes to that money. So I think we'll probably get a $250,000 player, a half, I mean, a whole million. I don't know if they're gonna quite reach that kind of a contract, but that's still a whole lot better than what they were getting.
So how long is this agreement for?
I'm not 100% sure on how long that agreement is. I've had to go back and look and see. Um, I would imagine it can't be more than a couple of years, though.
Yeah, I think over the course of this agreement, we'll see it. Probably not like how y'all saying like year one, because you still got contracts out there that got to be, what I mean, played out. But this a thing too, though. Like they asked for 30% of the gross revenue. Like 30% of the gross revenue when you in the red is some crazy work. I ain't gonna lie to you. That that was when I read that, I was like, that's crazy work.
Yeah. Oh, my bad, my bad. Um, do y'all think that this will have an impact on college players? Will they leave after 3 years to declare for the WNBA, or do you think they'll stay for their complete 4 years, get as much NIL money as they possibly could get?
Uh, I'm not sure about that, and the reason being is the NIL. The NIL money seems to be good for the players in college. I don't think there's a rush for the women to enter the WNBA, especially if they're not getting $1 million contracts. Now, if they was getting $1 million contracts, then I think we will see college players leaving after 3 years. But since they're not, I mean, they life is good in college. They just most of them are the stars of their teams. They're getting big NIL deals to play at these schools. So it's like, what's the rush? If they not getting the type of money that they want in the WNBA. We've seen it in the past few years where players are staying. They projected to be top five picks, but they want to stay. They not entering the draft and staying because the money is good. So it's like, what's the rush to go to the WNBA when I'm making the type of money I want to make in the college? So I don't think it will. I think they'll still play all 4 years until their eligibility is up in college. And then when their eligibility is out, they'll enter the league. So I don't think they will.
So
Well,
I don't know how the rookie deals work in the WNBA. I think it depends on whatever the rookie deals in the steps they look like for, like, if you go number one to versus if you go number seven. Um, because like post game was saying, if you somebody like Juju, you getting endorsements in college. You're gonna appear on commercials and you're gonna get these deals. So I mean, if the difference isn't that big, why not stay in college and get your degree? So uh, I think it'll be a select few. I don't think it's like how if you for sure lottery pick on in men's college basketball, you gonna leave out just because you guaranteed to make 10 to 20 million dollars. I just don't think the money is that big of a difference yet.
yeah, I mean, I think there's a chance of it happening maybe a few times here and there. But in the women's game, you don't see a lot of college women who who aren't thinking about going to school. You know what I'm saying? They go to school to go to school. Where you got some of the guys in the men's game, they automatically know, yeah, I'm one and done. I'm out here. So I ain't really worried about this whole school thing. But I don't think the women are quite thinking in that manner. So they're thinking about going to school for 4 years, and since they're going to be there for 4 years, they're going to do school. You know, so I don't think it's going to happen a lot. It may happen here and there, possibly, but I don't see why they would do that. I think that if you're a really good player that's good enough to make it to the WNBA, the college game, NIL, your brand endorsements will be a lot more than what you can make in the WNBA at this point. Especially when you're coming in, you're probably not going to be necessarily the face of your franchise. You're probably going to already have somebody there that's the face. Now, eventually, you can become the face, but to start off, maybe not so much. And I like the point you made also, one take Zay about the rookie contract, because we know that it's not going to be equivalent to what the superstar player who's been there in the league for 3 or 4 years is making. So I think it'll be a good choice for them to stay in school all 4 years, get their degree, and then decide to go to the WNBA. What player do you think or players will sign the highest contract with this collective bargaining agreement?
Oh
You muted.
snaps! It's always the one that's not there yet. So I gotta say it's gonna be Juju. You know what I mean? Because like every year in the NBA, when you look at it, it's always a new highest earner. Like KD became the highest earning player in the NBA at a point of time. Maybe somebody like Luca or one of these young bulls like Edwards is eventually going to pass him. So I don't even think the player that's going to earn the most right now is even in the WNBA. I think it's Juju.
Yeah, that may be the case. Where the young phenom coming into the draft gets paid, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the case because of the finances in the WNBA and the rookie contract. I mean, I think it's going to be players like Asia Wilson, Nafisha Collier, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, players like that are probably going to get the biggest slice of the pie. Because I'm not sure if the collective bargaining agreement um, is going to allow for the rookies to make the biggest or get the biggest piece of the pie when it comes to finances in the WNBA. I mean, I do think the best players in the league in the next couple of years are in college still. When you think about a Juju Watkins, a Hannah Hidalgo, you know, Cambridge from Ohio State, Audie Crooks, these players are going. Olivia Miles, these players is. I think these players are going to be the future, and the future is very bright when it comes to the talent of the women's basketball game. But I don't know if their finances allows for that to happen. So I'm gonna say the vets that are dominating the game today are going to get the biggest slice of the pie.
Yeah, I agree with what both of you are saying. I mean, I think eventually it'll probably end up being Juju with the type of game that she has. But starting right off, it's probably going to be people like the names that you named just a minute ago post game: Asia Wilson, Collier, not Hidalgo, but people like that. Um, do y'all think that there will come a time where, say for instance, a player in the WNBA has, let's just say the collective bargaining agreement gets renegotiated down the line, and these they're making, let's say, $9 million. Each team has $9 million to divvy up. Do you think you'll see some of the older players who might have a bigger contract sort of restructuring their contracts like you see sometimes in the NFL in order to be able to retain certain players who are making strides in the WNBA? Do you think you'll see some stuff like that, or will they just be like, "Nah, this is my bread, I'm keeping it"?
Yeah, I think you have to do that. The more money they have to spend on the players, you got to take care of the stars of the league. That's absolutely what they gonna do. If say if they like what you just said, if that money grows to like if they get it to like nine, then the Asia Wilsons, Brianna Stewarts, uh, and Guma K's, Skylar Diggins, all them, you gotta restructure for them because I mean this is what they've been fighting for years. They want to get paid for their services, so if that day comes, they definitely got to divvy up that pie differently and restructure some contracts for them.
See, I'm not well versed in WNBA contracts like I am NBA, so I don't know what a max deal look like in the WNBA. Years matter, so yeah, you can get a max deal in the NBA 5 years. But like if you got, I would think like it'd be two or maybe 3 or 4 years in the WNBA where it's a max deal. You got 3 or 4 years. You sign this agreement like this. I don't think they will reconstruct contracts just because like whenever you do a re-up, it's gonna be language in it. It gotta be language in it. Like for instance, like you make an all-star game, then you're eligible, or all NBA or all WNBA if you're eligible for a super max now. So like the money that they get when they sign their new contract is going to be it's going to be substantially more than anything that anybody in the league getting anyway. So like why would they restructure it, in my opinion? Like why would they restructure it right then and there when these deals they're not long deals anyway? Probably they're probably like 3 year deals for real. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing. I know they're not doing 5 year deals in the WNBA. They're doing probably like 3 year deals.
Okay,
So the
okay.
max, was 85K and
Yeah,
two and 20 and 2003.
and how many
And
years was they getting for the max?
that increased 12% through 2019.
Yeah, how many years was the deals for though?
Mm, I don't know how many years they were getting. So let me see here. So yeah, the minimum salary now with the new contract is 219K.
For a
A
max
little
player?
no, that's the minimum. The
Oh, okay.
minimum.
So the bottom girl on the roster is getting 219.
Correct.
That's good. That's solid right there.
Yeah, that's a step in the right direction. It's a step in, I'm sure the ladies, I know the ladies want to get paid more. I know they want to get paid more, but I mean, I what are your other options at this point? You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do if you feel slighted by the WNBA and you still don't like the numbers? What are your alternative? Like, what else would you do?
Hey, I think they got into the agreement too that they gotta pay for housing for people that first come in the league. You gotta get it's a certain wherever you get drafted, it's a certain level to it though. Like certain people get studio apartments, some people get 1 bedroom apartments, and then they also pay for drug rehab. And I'm hearing that the women was talking about don't drug test marijuana though. Like How you want them to pay for drug rehab if you don't want to have the marijuana in there though? Marijuana could be addictive too, bro.
So yeah, they'll get a 1 bedroom apartment coming into the league, but that we very well could see a $1 million deal coming this season, Rob.
Okay,
We definitely could see a player get a mill.
I hope so.
You think it's gonna be somebody that's like contract that expired this year though already? Like somebody that got to do a contract right now?
I really believe it depends on the player. If we talking Paige Beckers, we talking Asia Wilson, Nafisha Collier, I definitely believe so. And maybe somebody gets their contract restructured, but the max contract is definitely $1 million coming in 2026.
I wonder if they're going to. Okay, now we got this collective bargaining agreement. Are they going to start restructuring people's deals like right now?
Yeah, that's it's tricky.
I mean,
I
if I'm a player, I'm thinking to myself, "Hey, I want me. You got this money. I want to restructure this thing. I want to get some out."
That's why I was asking, like, what is the max years? I don't think it's about the money they making right now. I think it's about whatever. Because if you got 5 year deals, I could see them restructuring. You see what I'm saying? But if your max contract that you signing is a 3 year deal, it ain't no point to restructure. Because 9 times out of 10, you got 2 more years to pay off on that deal. And then once you go for the re-up, you gonna get a like a super max. You know what I'm saying? Just because you got 2 more years of service, and I'm sure they probably got language in their in their CBA with that type of stuff too, like 10 years of service or something, and you get a percentage increase on that too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I gotta look into the contracts of the WNBA a little bit more because really I'm a contract guru when it comes to the NBA. Like, I know contracts in the I just ain't never took the time to be a contract guru for the WNBA.
Okay, it's interesting, man. So hopefully we'll get to see some of this play out, so we can get a clearer picture of what this whole collective bargaining agreement means for these WNBA players, present, future, and if there's a possibility that they can get out of the red and get into the black, so that they can start generating some cash flow that's on the positive end instead of them being in the red.
So just real quick, Asia Wilson's last contract she signed was 2 years up to 400K. 400K guaranteed, 200K annually. Just to add some context.
How many games they play a season? That sounds like some pretty decent money in comparison to what you talking about that 85. Do either you know how many games they play?
What is it like? I think it's like 30 something, ain't it?
Oh, okay. Do you, now wait a minute now? Do they have the
44.
same
40.
44?
44 games.
Do they have the same luxury tax like the NFL and the NBA and them have, where they have to pay all this you know how they have to pay all these taxes every city that they go into, and they usually only come away with half of their bread. Is that the same with the WNBA?
I'm not sure on that, but I would think not. I don't. Man, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you that.
Okay. All right, well, let's move on to yesterday's basketball action in college basketball. We had number four Duke. They go down on the buzzer beater to North Carolina 71-68. How amazing was this rivalry game?
Right. I mean, it's if you're a basketball fan, it's must see TV or streaming whatever you do to watch games. It was an amazing game. I thought Duke had every opportunity to win. I still think they're the better team, but I mean, it's like football when sometimes when these rivalry games happen, anything can happen, and that's what we saw last night. Uh, Caleb Wilson was ferocious, I think, to lead North Carolina. Um, but I think the game came down in the last few seconds where you seen Boozer take his man off the dribble, get to the basket, and had a layup and just missed it, man. He was supposed to make that layup. Duke would have won, but he missed the layup. North Carolina executed and won the game. I mean, you gotta make layups. You got you. If I'm Boozer, I'm pissed after that game because had he made that layup, they would have won at North Carolina on the road in a hostile environment. But kudos to North Carolina. They did what they had to do. They got the job done. So amazing rivalry. The best in college basketball when it comes to the men's side. So amazing game, man.
Yeah, that was a great game. Yeah, I think Caleb Wilson put the world on notice yesterday, man. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd take him in the draft over Boozer. I think he got everything in his bag for real. Boozer just remind me too much of Tyler Hansbrough. I don't know. Uh, but playing on their home court, UNC started off that game super slow. I thought really Duke was gonna blow them out for real, man. But they ended up turning around. Trimble had some big shots all throughout that game. For real, timely shots. It wasn't even like he was going off or nothing. He was just hitting timely shots. That's what you kind of need your lead guard to do too. So it was a great game, though. If you're a fan of basketball, that was a great watch. I mean, it was just that simple. Somebody had to lose, though. Both of them teams is going to be able to, uh, should be able to make a run in March, man. I like both of them teams. UNC really, they had that little stretch earlier in the, not too long ago where they lost like three straight games, but outside of that, they really been balling all year for real. So them is gonna be two scary teams come March, bro. That's all I know. I don't think nobody really want to play neither one of them teams because they both long and they both got solid guard play.
Yeah, yesterday I said that if North Carolina can stay in this game and then the last minute and a half, they can knock down some shots, they could possibly win this game, especially if they can have Duke uh, during times of the game where they go stretches without really being able to score the ball. They were 16 points below their per game average, so that's a sign that they had some laws in that game where they weren't scoring at a high clip, and North Carolina was able to take advantage of that and get that buzzer beater after Boozer missed that layup. I know he's probably kicking himself in the back because he missed that daggone layup, but it would have only put them up by two, and that still would have gave them a chance to come down and hit the buzzer beater. Uh, But I think that was a really good game, man. A really good contest that you want to see out of a rivalry game between Duke and North Carolina, where it comes down to the wire like that, where you get to sit on the edge of your seat in a nail biter to see who's gonna pull out the victory. We saw another one like that last night with Michigan State and Illinois. Michigan State outlasts Illinois in overtime. How outstanding was Fears Jr. in this game?
Yeah, man, he was balling, bruh. Just all around point guard play, just balling. Hey, I listen. Going into March Madness, I know we got a whole another like whole month for real still down there, or half a month for real. But I got Michigan State winning it all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like they got everything you need. They tough. They play defense. They got a point guard that can control the game. You know, they got shooters. They got everything you need, bro. This is a classic Izzo team to me, and I think, yeah, I know Arizona's the big boy out here. Um, I think if they could avoid Arizona though, for real, man, I really like them. Like I think that's a team that could really go and win it all for real.
Yeah, well, yesterday's stream, I picked Michigan State, and Jeremy Fears is just a monster. Let's just call it what it is. 26 points, 15 assists. And it was a really impressive victory because this Illinois team, I feel like they're just as good as anybody as well. I mean, Wagler is a absolute stud. You got Stojakovic's son dropping 17, Merkovich dropping 18. Um, and the thing I like about Illinois is their offense, like the versatility of their offense. Their bigs can shoot, their bigs can dribble. You got shooters everywhere, but I mean, Michigan State, like one take was saying, is going to be a tough out for anybody in the entire nation. So, I mean, Fierce is impressive. We seen what he can do yesterday, and I'm looking forward to seeing this Michigan State team in the NCAA tournament.
That was a really physical and grueling and aggressive game by both of those teams. And I think down the stretch, that might have been the difference for Michigan State. The fact that that's the style of play that they want to play, and they still had their quickness. Where Illinois was a little slow with their foot movement, especially on defense. On offense, they can get in their half court game and sort of take advantage of you with their size and with their ability to have so many big guys who can handle the ball and can pass really, really well. I think down the stretch, it kind of the referees kind of pissed me off though when they missed them two fouls on Michigan State, man, and they didn't give them to Illinois, and that really helped them open up. But that's probably me talking like a homer though, to being an Illinois fan. But I really like what Fears did down the stretch, man. He decided, listen, this is going to be my game. I'm going to be the one that's going to hold this ball in my hand, and I'm going to be the one that's going to get to this free throw line. I'm going to be the one that's going to get in the lane and take these shots. And he put that team on his back down the stretch, especially in that overtime. And he did what he needed to do, man. I was really, really impressed with his game. I really, really like him now. I know they've been giving him a little bit of flack about that, what happened with that Minnesota player, and then even in this game when they was trying to say he stuck his foot out. I don't think that's what he was doing. I think anytime you playing the game of basketball, you're trying to help your team. So you're gonna move in ways that you're gonna try to help your team get a bucket here and there. So I really like what he did, man. I'm impressed with his game, and I think going down the stretch, man, if they can get Jones, who was he played extremely good defense on Wagler yesterday. I think he was maybe 2 for 15, 16 from the field yesterday. If Jones can round into shape and keep on getting better and better each game, along with their high flyer, I think that's Carr. Is that the high flyer number 55? Is that his last name?
For Illinois,
No, no, for Michigan State.
you talking about Cohen Carr?
Yeah, is that number 55 the dude who got the hops?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. This Michigan State team down the stretch, if they can continue those guys can continue to get better, man, and their bench continue to play well, and their bigs can continue to play well, they're going to be really tough, like you and FanDuel. One take Zaya said, I really like this Michigan State team, man, because they are aggressive, they are gritty, and they got a true point guard who can make things happen for them. I really like that team. I like Illinois too. I just think Illinois was probably going to run into somebody who's maybe a little bit too fast for them, and that's going to get them some issues because their footwork is kind of slow, kind of slow. I think we got our man SEC Sean coming in with us this morning. How you feeling this morning, SEC Sean?
Good, 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 good. I mean,
I see you all shaved up.
oh yeah, had a meeting the other day at work, so had
Okay,
to
okay.
had to get some cleanliness cleaned up a little bit. I stinks because my face is getting cold again now.
What did y'all think about number 8, Houston, who controlled the game and defeats BYU 77-66 in BYU? What's your thoughts on that game?
I mean, Big 12 basketball, fellas, it's been very good this year. I mean, elite this year. Um, I think Houston is a really good team. If y'all recall, I picked them to win the NCAA tournament last year. I thought they had a really good shot at it, and they did end up having a really good shot at it. But I mean, just great guard play at Houston, man. You got Sharp, Flemings, Uzan. Those guys can fill up a stat sheet. The Big 12 is tough. BYU, I don't. I'm like I knew Devonsa would have some size advantage and be able to score like yesterday, which he did. He ended up with 28 points, but I don't know if BYU is that good, man. If you look at their schedule, they've lost to the juggernauts of the Big 12. So them making a deep NCAA run this season, I'm not sure they'll be able to do that. But it was a great game, man. Houston, again, man, great guard play, great coaching. They're going to be a force in the NCAA tournament once again. The BYU, I'm not so sure of, fellas.
Yeah, just to double down. Sharp, Uzan, Flemings is a monster, man. Uh, but the boy Sinak, yeah, he's a freshman too. That's another freshman out here, you know. Man, he got a nice little package on him too. He can stretch the floor. You know, he got a little back to the basket work. Uh, they definitely gonna be a tough out too. They scrappy, man. Uh, and I agree. What Post said about BYU, man. They lose to the better teams. They beat who they supposed to beat, but I ain't gonna say they might not be able to make a run because they do got a triple threat in guards that when March Madness roll around, if you got outstanding guard play, man, you could probably just beat about just about anybody. So, um, and that length between Richie and AJ is going to be tough to match up any given day in March Madness. But that was a good game, another good game to watch. I liked this. I watched this game just specifically to see these freshmen that was going to partake in this game because Sinak he got first round buzz, Fleming got lottery pick buzz, and then we know about AJ. And I just like to see how guys perform, on a stage where they know they're going up against other NBA prospects. Man, a lot of scouts was probably at that game watching this to see what these guys was going to do. So I mean, I don't think none of them disappointed though. I thought they all went out there and played hard, played well. So, but it was definitely a good game. And I told y'all I had to watch Houston. That was my first watch of Houston. I think one thing that could eat Houston, I think they team rebound well, but when you ain't got I didn't see a guy's gonna go out there and get you 12 to 15 boards if he absolutely have to. I think that can possibly hurt them in a March Madness bracket.
Yeah, I mean, obviously BYU is going to go as far as AJ will take them. Uh, I see they're a second weekend team. I don't know after that. It would depend on matchups. Uh, I mean, they're solid. They, but Houston's just all around. Um, Houston's that little gnat that is around your house that just buzzes by your face every 20 seconds, just annoying, but you can't ever find him. And then when you look up, you've lost. I mean, Houston just seemed to be in total control the whole game. They knew what was going on. Okay, AJ, go get your points. We're good. We're good. You have yours. We're going to do our thing over here. Um, so I really do like this Houston team. Um, but BYU's solid, but I just don't. I agree with Post, and I don't know how deep they're going to go. It's going to depend on their matchups in the second weekend, I believe.
Yeah, I knew that Houston was going to probably be a little bit too much for BYU because of just their style of play. And like one take said, I don't think that BYU has the other pieces around AJ that's going to allow them to win some of these bigger games against some of these better opponents. He's going to always fare pretty well, but he needs some other guys around him that's going to make some things happen. And I don't think they're going to have it. I think they're going to win one game probably in the tournament, and that might be it. But of course, like y'all said, it depends on who they match up with in that second weekend. Could they possibly get another win? Could he possibly take them and get another win? I don't know if that's going to be the case. Um, but I really do like this Houston team and the way Sampson coached them. They're a really nice team. I think they're definitely could make the Elite Eight, and we're probably going to see them make a nice little run in the tournament as well. Today we got a matchup between number two Michigan travels to Columbus to play Ohio State. Can Ohio State beat their rival today? Is there something Ohio State can take advantage of in this game today? Home crowd to beat number two Michigan.
I don't. I don't think so. Um, I think Michigan is just a really good, well-rounded team. I haven't watched a lot of Ohio State this year, so I can't really speak. I know they got that one little dude, Thornton, I think is his name. Um, but I think Michigan is too well-rounded and can beat you in just different ways. I think Michigan. Again, I haven't watched enough Ohio State to say a whole lot about this game, but I'd lean Michigan pretty good in this game.
Yeah, I agree. I know it's a rivalry game, but um, I believe Michigan is the second best team in the nation outside of Arizona. I think Lindenborg is going to have a game today. Um, you also got Burnett down there. So, I mean, what's the guy name you just mentioned? SEC for Ohio State.
Thornton.
Thornton can get hot. He definitely can score and knock down some threes, but I don't think Ohio State has enough right now to compete against this Michigan team, who I believe again is the second best team in the nation. So give me Ohio State today.
Okay.
I'm
I
sorry,
think
give me
that
Michigan today.
oh, you're
My
Michigan.
bad.
I was like, the number two team in the nation's going to go down today. What are we doing? Okay.
I
I,
think
I think
the other
the
guard
other
that
guard that
we got an echo in there. Okay, there we go. I think the other guard that Ohio State had, I think his name is Mobley, maybe. If he can stay out of foul trouble, spread the court for some of the slashers that Ohio State has, and can take some pressure off of their big, who could probably get some long rebounds, some second chances. Ohio State can probably be in this game. They got to play solid defense though on the other end. I think Ohio State can keep it close for maybe the first half, maybe the beginning of the second half. But I think Michigan's ability to score the ball might be the difference in this game, and they can pull away from Ohio State late in that second half. I'm taking Michigan to win it, but I do think Ohio State, if they play a really really good game and they can stretch the court to where their slashers can get to the rim, create some issues for Michigan, get them in foul trouble. Ohio State can possibly pull off this upset, but I'm taking Michigan to win it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna compete, man. We gotta just keep building talent in this Diebler era. Uh, we played them real well and tough on their floor about a week or two ago. We ain't got all the talent we need on that roster yet, though. Maybe if you get two crazy games between Junie and Bruce, maybe we could do something. But I don't like Diebler's game plan. Like I know you got an old man with an old man game and Bruce Thornton that point guard and Junie is one of the better shooters in college basketball. But I don't think we throw it down to the post enough to Tilly and to Bynum, man. I be thinking they be needing more touches because when they touch the ball, good things happen. But we got a top 15 prospect coming in, Anthony Thompson next year, 6'9" lefty, play the wing. He just got to keep on building the talent, stay with the program. But we need this win if we gonna play if we're gonna make the tournament. This is really a must win situation for us because we need some tier 1 wins and we need them now. Uh, and that's just the fact about it is, if we don't get this win, I think our chances of making the NCAA tournament drops exponentially.
Yeah, I really like buying them, man. I really like buying them. I think once he gets his game going and he gets another year up under his belt, next year he can be really really. He's gonna be really really tough. I really like him. And if Dalen Swain would have went to Ohio State, they might be a totally different ball club.
But I was telling you that, man. I was like, man, he would have set our team off, man. He
Yeah,
would
they
have.
would.
We'd be a top 15 team if we had him.
That's a fact. That's a fact. We also got number one Arizona traveling to Kansas to play the Jayhawks. Rock Chalk Jayhawks. How exciting is this matchup?
I'm ecstatic. Uh, Big 12 basketball, man. Kansas and Arizona. As y'all know, man, the first game of the season, I told Moss after watching this team, I said this is the best team in the country. And that's held true up to this point. I just like what they got, man. And I mean, 10-0 in Big 12 play. Arizona is a really good defensive team, going against probably the best scoring guard in college basketball in Peterson. So this is a really intriguing matchup, man, and I'm looking forward to it. Uh, I mean, you talk about Braden Burries and Bradley at the guard spots for Arizona. That's going to be a great watch to watch them match up against Kansas's guard, Trey White, Darren Peterson. This is, if you like basketball, this is a must see game, and I'm happy it's a big Monday game. The Jayhawks are 8-2 in their last 10. The Wildcats obviously 10-0. So I think it's going to come down to guard play, which guards can outduel each other. Uh, so can we see Darren Peterson with one of them magical nights, man, where he drops 30 plus and leads Kansas to a big upset victory? I I think he'll have a good game, but I just think Arizona has too much, man. They can beat you in too many ways. Really good rebounding team, maybe the best rebounding team in the country. So I'm gonna give Arizona the slight edge in this game, but I think it's gonna be a really good one, man. It's gonna be close up into the last few minutes. Give me the Wildcats.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this game too. I need Darian to go ahead and stamp his name as the number one pick in this, man. Hey, it's just something about the possibility of a Ohio kid going number one for me. So I'm all on the bandwagon for Darian, man. I just be rooting for him, but Arizona is nice, so I wouldn't be surprised if they actually tore Kansas up tonight. You feel what I'm saying? But I am rooting for Kansas, so I'm gonna pick Kansas in this one.
Yeah, this one is the marquee for sure. Um, if this was a college football game, this would be prime time Saturday night. So this game needs to be Monday. Little crazy that they played Saturday, turn around and play Monday. That's a quick turnaround uh, for a game of this magnitude. So I agree with post game. Um, Arizona just looks unbeatable. Um, that Oklahoma State team, now it's Oklahoma State, but that Oklahoma State team just beat BYU. And then they turned around and, I mean, what, they beat them by like 40? I mean, that's craziness to me. But playing in Kansas is a little tough. But I think Peterson can keep it close. I'm just not sure what else Kansas can do. Uh, I like Arizona in this one. Just simple fact, I still think Arizona is probably the best team in the nation, and
Yeah,
I don't think
agreed.
it's close.
Agreed, man. That I'm telling y'all, watch that guard play. Both teams guards play is gonna be key for this game, in my opinion. That those the guard play is gonna be huge in this game.
Yeah, just like that North Carolina Duke game, Kansas has to make sure that they keep this game close to where it's down to a possession or two in the last couple of minutes of the game where the crowd can really be energized and in it to sort of help them, maybe get a call here or there, maybe force Arizona to miss a free throw down the stretch, something of that nature so that they can keep this game close with a chance to win it in the end. Will they do that? I don't think so. I think Arizona's going to win this game pretty easily in the second half and pull away from Kansas. I think the crowd could keep them in it in the first half because they're going to be really loud, especially that student section. But I think Arizona pulls away. I think they just have way too much for Kansas at this point. But I hope Peterson has a really, really fantastic game in this one. What's your score prediction for the Super Bowl 60? And what are you most looking for from both teams in today's matchup?
To be honest, not looking for really anything from either team. Just want it to be a good game. Just hard to read. I'm gonna go 28-21 Seattle. But you know, if I had to pick something, what I'm looking for from both teams, I'm just going to watch the quarterback play. Which quarterback doesn't make the mistakes with the two younger type quarterbacks in this game? That's to me going to be your telling point. So that's what I'm going to look for. I think both teams can run the ball or want to run the ball, uh, but I'm going to see which quarterback handles the pressure the best.
Yeah, man, I agree with that. I mean, first of all, I hate New England. Being a Indianapolis Colts fan, I can't stand the Patriots, but I gotta keep it funky. Um, I kind of feel like too many people are saying Seattle's going to run away with this game, and sometimes when that happens, the the other team wins. This it may not be the case, but after the last few days of thinking about this game, I do think it's going to come down to quarterback play and which team makes the least mistakes. Um, I can see Sam Darnold if they're not able to establish the run with Kenneth Walker. I can see him forcing the ball and creating turnovers for New England, or New England creating turnovers. So I mean, it's tough, man. It is hard to gauge. Um, but I'm gonna go with the upset, man. I'm gonna give the ever so slight edge to the New England Patriots. Um, Again, I talked about New England letting Gonzalez shadow JSN, and I think they got to do that because if they don't, I think JSN can just rip their defense apart. So, I mean, if they're able to establish the run with Kenneth Walker, I think they have a better chance to win. But I like this New England team, man. The coaching, Drake May, you know, probably getting on his game quicker than a lot of us expected. So, and I really like Stephon Diggs in that receiving core. The running back room they got in New England. I'm gonna give the edge to New England. I say they win. I'm gonna call it 24-20, New England.
Good morning, fellas.
Good
What's happening,
morning.
Big Griffin Griff?
Morning.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm torn because Vrabel, he's an Ohio State guy. We got Trey over there. We got Mumford over there in New England too. Play guard. He might not play today though. He got hurt. And then we got Jackson on the other side, who just received the NFL Offensive Player of the Year award. So, I mean, I think Seattle is going to win, but I really didn't want to pick a winner at all, just because I want to see all my guys win. You feel me? But it's some on both sides. So, um, just knowing though what's on hand, I just think the the running back room for Seattle is a tad bit better, and I think that defense is way better than the Patriots defense. So I gotta go with Seattle. The quarterbacks. Um, Everybody know I'm not a big Sam Darnold fan, man. It kind of like throw up coming out of my mouth when I say he been balling and doing all this other stuff, because everybody know how I feel about Sam Darnold. But he done proved me wrong this year, so I got to give him credit. Now I think Drake May had a better year. I think in order for the Patriots to win, I think Drake May is gonna have to have one of his best games of the year, and that's the only way I can honestly see them winning.
All right, Griffin Griff, what's your score prediction for Super Bowl 60? And what are you most looking forward from for both teams in this today's matchup?
I look for Seattle to win this game pretty handily, probably. I look at it as a 23-13 game. I think Seattle's defense is going to control the line of scrimmage. I don't see Stevenson or Henderson really doing too much to help Drake May out in a way that's going to be conducive to them to winning the game. I just don't see it. Even though I'm a big Henderson fan, he hasn't been getting too many carries in the playoffs. But I just don't see them running the ball on Seattle. And Drake May, in his second year, he's turnover prone, and I see Seattle turning him over a couple times to take advantage of to take control of this game and win it 23-13 is my score.
Yeah, I think this game is going to be. I really don't see the Patriots scoring more than 10 points, but I'm going to give them 17. I'm going 27-17 Seattle. I'm really looking forward to see if Seattle on special teams can make some plays? Can they flip the field with Dixon's legs? And can that punt returner, kick returner, can he put them in good field position with one of those kick returns or one of those punt returns in this game? And also for the Patriots, I want to see how well Drake May handles this defense. Is he going to be able to make some plays here and there, maybe extend some plays for a guy to come open late in some of the pass routes that they're going to be running and keeps the Seattle defense of timing off? Is he going to be able to do that? Because he's going to really be the key in this game for the Patriots to even be in it. So I'm anxious to see what he's going to be able to do in this matchup today.
Yeah, I think the same thing. It's gonna come down to Drake May. He's gonna definitely have to make some plays with his legs to keep New England in this because I don't think they're gonna be able to hand the ball off to any one of their backs and get a consistent run game out of that. Drake May, he's gonna have to, like you said, make the plays with his legs, extend some plays, see if he can catch some receivers in the routes late. But other than that, I don't see New England being able to consistently move the ball on Seattle enough to win this game. And on top of that, like I said, I look at Seattle turning him over at least 2 times today. But at the same time, Sam Darnold will also be that quarterback to turn the ball over and keep New England in this game. So I don't I don't I don't have Seattle too big. The 23-13 score. I see it being close going into the fourth, but Seattle probably kicking that field goal to extend the lead to get that 10-point win. But I look forward to the game being a one-score game for the most part. But I think Seattle taking it pulling away in the fourth and winning this game 23-13. But it's gonna come down to Drake May for New England. He's gonna have to be the one for them to win this game and get the Super Bowl title. Other than that, I see Seattle winning this easily, controlling the game.
Who do y'all have as the Super Bowl MVP today?
Yeah,
I see
if they
the.
get
Oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead, Griff.
I see JSN or maybe like you said, the special teams with Shaheed catching a few passes and doing a few things on special teams to flip the field for Seattle. I see them two being real strong candidates to get the MVP from my side with Seattle winning the game. I think it's gonna be either one of their receivers, either JSN or Shaheed possibly returning the kick for a touchdown or punt for a touchdown, making a few plays, probably in the trick play department, getting downfield a few times. That's who I see. Either one of the Seattle receivers getting this MVP.
Yeah, I'm a zig while everybody zags. And if this game goes how I expect it to go with New England winning, I'm gonna give it to young Drake May because if they gonna win this game, uh, I agree he's gonna have his best game of the season or at least one of them. So I'm gonna give the Super Bowl MVP to young Drizzy Drake May.
Yeah, he the key for New England to win this game today. It's gonna come down to him. If he can keep it clean, no turnovers, extend plays with his legs, get a few runs, make some plays downfield after extending it. Yes, they very well have a chance. But that turnover margin is going to have to be at zero for Drake May for New England to have a chance for me.
I'm gonna give the MVP to Zay will like this, but Sam Darnold. Um, I feel you, Zay. I totally feel you about wanting to throw up when you mention that name. I don't do it with Sam Darnold, but I do it with that upper left corner guy up there, with that team he roots for. That makes my mouth do the same thing. So um, it's going. Hold on a second here, guys. There's a ghost in my house. My wife's like foot massager just randomly turned on, and nobody's near it, so I don't know what happened. Um, but yeah, I think if Seattle wins, I think Sam Darnold is going to be the MVP. I think quarterbacks have the huge advantage in this league of the NFL to get the MVP trophy.
Yeah, I think if Jackson Smith and Jigba gets off, I think it's going to be more. I think they're going to give it to Sam Darnold if he gets off, even though he can put up some numbers and possibly be the MVP. I think they would lean more towards the quarterback getting it if he's getting those numbers because he's the pass thrower. So more so than the pass catcher getting it. But I think it's going to come down to Kenneth Walker. I think he's really been the biggest reason why offensively they've been as successful as they have been in this playoffs. His ability to be able to run the ball, man, uh, and make things happen. I think it's going to be Kenneth Walker today who's going to win the MVP if Seattle wins. But of course, if the Patriots win, it's going to have to be Drake May. It's going to have to be.
Agree.
One take, Zay, are you there? Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I'm here.
who you got winning the MVP today?
I'm going Jackson, man. Jackson is, he that guy, man. We steadily putting Buckeyes on the map out here. We're gonna cause some ruckus again on the national stage.
Quick and easy, huh? Anything else y'all want to add before we wrap up the show?
Well, yeah, of course. First off, I'm going to go back and throw a couple things up. I got one statement and then
One thing I like to say this: who's seen these two teams coming at the beginning of the season to be in this position they're in right now? I don't think nobody had either one of these teams making the playoffs at the beginning of the season. I know I didn't,
Nope, me neither.
but I
Anybody?
did. I did say at the beginning of the season. I don't know if any of you follow my page on Facebook that Travion Henderson would probably be the rookie of the year offensively, and he had a great year. So I was on that Trey bandwagon from the beginning. I love Trey Henderson as a running back.
um, I know post game you mentioned him a minute ago, JSN. You were saying he can go off. I'm just going to tell y'all all, if you haven't ever seen it, go watch on YouTube. Look up Rockwall High School versus Allen High School in the high school playoffs down in Texas and watch what Jackson Smith did in that game. That'll change it. If that kid, he single-handedly won a game at the highest level in 6A football. He was phenomenal. But a question for y'all. Do you, like you were mentioning how post-game, how you hate Indianapolis hate New England being an Indianapolis fan. But yet you're picking them to win the Super Bowl, which I know is kind of rough.
Yeah.
In like other sports, like say college football, whatever. I know like Zay, of course, being a Big Ten guy, me being an SEC guy. If we can't win the title, we want somebody from our conference to. But in the NFL, it seems like if you don't have a dog in the fight, it doesn't matter if they're a rival. It just seems awkward to me that you want somebody from your conference to win it. But in the NFL, I don't see that happening a lot. Like there's a lot of times where my team is Cincinnati, but I'm picking Seattle. So I don't know. It just seems odd to me that it seems like in the lower levels, you want somebody from your conference, but in the upper levels, it's whoever.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is kind of weird. But me personally, like if somebody from, like, let's just say Notre Dame basketball is ACC, right? If a ACC team made it further than Notre Dame in basketball, I don't want to see the other ACC team win. But that's just me.
Yeah, well, ever since Rob been in my ear talking all this ish, it's anything but the SEC for me. Anything but the SEC.
Come on now, stop it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But
Stop it.
like, if he can't win the title, you wanted Indiana to win the title, right?
Yeah, I'm about to buy that Big Ten trifecta shirt. It got It got the last three Big Ten national championship winners on it. It got the trifecta on it. You know what I mean?
Well,
I
that
shouldn't.
shirt's not really worth a lot because I've got the SEC one that's got 4 in a row.
Okay, we about to be there. We about to be there.
Well,
It's
I'm just
about
saying.
time y'all catch up. It's about
One,
time y'all catch up.
Hey,
one
but we
take,
went.
Zay, are you going to put an
You know
X on the Michigan
the
Michigan
national
picture?
championship. You know that been a down south thing for years. For years, the Big Ten just joining the party, and I'm
Mhm.
happy for y'all.
I
I
hear
hope
you. I
y'all.
hear
I
you.
hope
You
y'all
know,
can continue. I hope y'all continue success moving forward. But as a SEC fan and a Louisiana native and LSU fan, Lane Kiffin go have us in that party for years to come. So I'm not. I'm so happy and excited about that. So we'll see what happens.
hey Griffey Griff. Only thing Lane gonna have you in is investigations every year, man.
SEC, why you shaking your head like that, man? Don't do us like that.
Can't stand Lane Kiffin. Can't stand him. Love the rivalry with my Aggies and LSU. Love it. Can't stand Lane Kiffin. And Zay, right? You're going to be under so much. It's not going to be good. But they got a roster. I ain't gonna lie, the LSU got a roster this year.
Got a hell of a
Hey,
roster.
Hey,
hey,
LSU.
did y'all see Mr. B said he thinking about taking East Carolina and putting 100 million on the roster?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he think he could win a national championship. He just put 100 million on East Carolina.
Look, if he put 100 million on East Carolina and they win the national championship, I'm quitting college football. That just proves that this is useless.
Hey Griff, man, I wouldn't be so I wouldn't be so happy about Lane, dog. You know, Alabama might come open next season.
100,000 on East Carolina. I mean, 100 million on East Carolina's roster.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about.
Hey, with what Indiana just did with their with the resources they had, picking up the veteran players, if East Carolina can some some way somehow find out fill out a roster with $100 million players, it could possibly happen.
Yeah, I want to see it happen. I want to see the sport get shooken up.
It could possibly happen because if them small schools can get support like that to where they getting 50 million, $100 million rosters, anybody would be able to win the national championship. If Tulane or who was James Madison had $100 million rosters in that playoff this year, they would have advanced with the players. They just got there by winning their conferences. But if they had that backing of all the millions of dollars, them teams would have had a legitimate shot at winning titles.
Yeah, I didn't realize I missed that episode where Kurt Signetti went on Shark Tank and begged Mark Cuban to put money into it. So I missed that episode. I have to go try to look that up.
Man, that ain't real, man. I watch Shark Tank every night.
All right, you want your quick Olympics update. Y'all pray for Lindsey Vaughn. She tried to ski today on the downhill with a torn ACL,
I
and
can't hear everyone.
she made it 14 seconds, and then crashed and had to be airlifted
Why did she think she could do that?
I don't watch
because she's Lindsey
soccer.
Vaughn, and why not? I don't know. She had a torn ACL, a torn meniscus, and a bone bruise. However, a American teammate, Breezy Johnson, won the downhill, so the Americans got their first gold medal of the Olympics today.
Well,
So,
that's dope. That's dope. Hopefully,
um,
she'll just ride off into the sunset, and this will be her last Olympics.
no, one of the competitors said that they still got some World Cup events coming up, like after the Olympics, and they expect her to be on the starting gate in like 2 weeks. I'm like, what are
Man,
we doing? She's 41 years old. It's time, just
Right.
shut it down.
she about to
Right.
go see LeBron's knee doctor.
They flew her surgeons into Italy to be with her for this before the Olympics started.
Yeah, she ain't gonna be back. The best doctors is in Germany.
You just need to go get one of them legs like that dude in the track and field had one day, them little spring legs.
Hey, fella, I'm gonna holler at y'all though. I gotta get up out of here.
All right, you
Uh,
better tune in because you're gonna miss story time again.
yeah, I gotta go. It's my grandma's birthday. I'm about to go get some
Yep.
Waffle House.
All right, happy birthday. But yeah, tune in and watch. You'll catch the trivia and the
I'd enjoy
story
it, man.
time.
Happy birthday to
Yeah,
you.
I'm about to put it on the phone. It's just I gotta call them and order the food, so I ain't waiting for that.
You good?
All right.
So that was your Winter Olympics update. So we'll throw a quick trivia question out there. What 4 teams have never played in a Super Bowl?
The Browns is one, right?
The Browns is 1. You got a guess, Griffey?
I don't think he can hear you.
He may not be able to.
Okay, y'all said the Browns.
Yeah.
Um, dang, I'm gonna say the Texans.
That's another one.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's another one. There's 1 left.
Oh man.
And this other one's not one of the newer ones. It's one of the older ones.
The Chargers?
No, look just north of where we are.
The Lions.
There you go.
The Lions. Yeah. One take Zed put it in there. Detroit.
Yeah, he did. He threw it in there too, right at the time. So we'll I didn't jump on in the beginning to do this, so we'll throw story time for Sunday because Sunday's story day. This story from a long time ago. I was still living in Texas at the time, but used to go to the barber shop. They used to have those things. So was in there one day, and the barber told me, he said, "Hey, this kid over here is the dumbest kid in the world. Watch. Put $1 in his hand and 50 cents in this hand." And the kid took the 2 quarters. Okay. Got done, whatever. Came back another time, same kid in there. He said, "Watch, I'm going to prove you." Did it again. Kid took the 2 quarters again. I said, "What in the world is wrong with this kid?" Well, I left and walked outside, and all of a sudden this kid's coming out of the ice cream shop. And I said, "Hey, let me ask you a question. Why didn't you take the $1 instead of the 2 quarters?" He said, "Because as soon as I take the $1, the game's over."
Oh wow, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good one. That's a really, really good one. Hey, where do you get these stories from, SEC Sean?
I can't tell you my secret because then y'all will know them all.
Yeah. You're right about that. Don't tell your secret.
I have my YouTube algorithm is all kinds of screwed up. I'll put it that way.
All right, y'all. Well, y'all enjoy this day of Sportsman Super Bowl. We got the Olympics. We got a couple of good basketball games on today. Enjoy the sports, and we'll see y'all again on Tuesday. Or are you going to do something tomorrow, SEC Sean?
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to have I'm going to be doing research all day today. It's going to be a really, really, really in-depth on the Daytona 500 coming up practice and qualifying and all that starts Wednesday and the race is Sunday. So it's a pretty in-depth week for NASCAR down there. This is their Super Bowl. So it's going to be a pretty in-depth show tomorrow. Probably going to try to go around 7:30-ish tomorrow night, 7:15, somewhere in that range. So if y'all are available and want to jump on and ask some questions and whatever, then, that's when we'll be on.
Cool.
I ain't followed NASCAR in over 10 years, man. I don't think I know any of the drivers no more.
If it's been 10 years, you know a couple of them.
I still know a few. I probably still know a few.
Yeah.
I probably still know a few, but it used to be my thing. I used to really be into NASCAR a little bit, but like I said, over the last 10, 12 years, I probably fell back from it.
Well, it hit a lull about 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and a lot of people kind of lost interest for a little bit till they made some changes to stuff, and now people are starting to come back to it. And they've, y'all heard me mention it, their little fan rewards app and all that stuff where you can get free merchandise and free tickets and stuff. They started all that up, and that helped kind of boost things. So we'll mention all that again this week, but yeah, it's going to be a pretty in-depth show with a lot of information coming up Monday.
All right,
That's cool. I might have to check it out, man.
Come on.
Nice.
All
Hey,
right.
Rob, you think about doing the way too early top 25 Tuesday?
Yeah, we could do that on Tuesday, the way too early top 25. So start gathering your data and see who you got going from 25 down to number 1. We can do
Cool.
that on Tuesday.
What time is that?
7:45 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday, man, and we'll see y'all again on Monday and Tuesday. All right, have a good one.
Y'all too, man. Enjoy it,
Peace.
Peace,
fellas.
y'all.
All
Happy
right,
Super
peace.
Bowl Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Right.